How's it going, guys? Charlie from Drunk Guy Explains, and we're actually going to be talking about building bankroll. That's right. I have a lot of systems in place that require a heavy bankroll, but I've never really answered how do I build a bankroll from something small. So I'm going to go into a really easy one that's really easy to consider. It's got a lot of good traction, I feel like, and then we're going to start out. It's going to be a $300 bankroll. That's right, 300 marinara. So let's see here and go ahead and get us out 300. So it's going to be 2, 4, 5, 25. Oh, look at that. It's almost like we lined that out. Now we're going to put this over here. It doesn't matter for any of this. It does not pertain to us. So I know what you're thinking. You're like, well, what's he not going to do up there? You know, it doesn't have anything to do with the fire bed either. It all comes down to, I know, it's the effing friendly field. And so essentially, you don't have to worry about a pass line bet. Don't pass line bet. Your entire existence is on this field. And it's very easy. All you have to do is literally wait until 5 numbers have been thrown outside the field. And then you do this. $10 the first. Let's say you lose that. Then you do stutter step it. So 15, you lose that. And now you do double plus 5. So now 35. Doesn't matter if you lose that. Next one will be 75. Doesn't matter if you lose that. And then we go 25, 50, 60. Oh, 65. And literally do 165 as your last one. And generally speaking, this will give you a huge advantage. You slowly bankroll, and then every now and then you'll get some doubles along these streets to see here. And basically, think about this, is that for you to bank this system, that means that someone would have to roll 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 numbers all outside the field. Now realize that, 16 out of 36 or something like that? Let's see, the 5 is 4, and then the 8, that's 10, 14, that's 20. 20 out of 36 rolls are outside of this. But that means that 16 out of 36 are inside this. So you gotta realize that you're basically banking on that factor of probability. That, hey, over time, this will win. Just like you might get 2 aces in the pocket for poker, you might lose that hand, but predominantly you are slotted to win that hand. And so this is an easy way for me to literally just kind of run it. And a lot of times I'll just sit here and in my chip rack, actually just put the streets in order. So that way I already know what to do. And so right now, that's my bankroll. I'm gonna put it a little bit to the side. And let's go ahead and roll a few. I'm gonna just dictate a roll as someone else because we're not playing any pass line, don't pass line for this. 3, doesn't matter. 4, doesn't matter. 7, 1. 6, 2. 4. See, this is a long game, 9. But like I said, you want something that will build bankroll easily, fast. This is how you do it. And it takes a while. 8. It does not happen often. 10. 9. 4. See this, guys? Ooh, 11. Deuce. 4. I mean, how long is this? 8. How long is this at a casino? 8. 5. Ooh. 8. 4. Can we get one more? If not, you know what? I'm gonna get a little risky. I do it on 4th Street because you usually have a 5,000 bankroll. If you are walking with 300, don't. But I'm just to show you. So now, right now, as I'm doing, I'm actually slotted to lose, right? 3, paid. Let's just say that's $10 off the rip. 5, 1. 7, 1. 7, 2 7s in a row, 2. Ooh, 6, 3. Can we get a 4th? 7, 4. $10 take, I'm already there. 6, I'll lose that 10. So you stutter step. So you do 10 plus 5. 7, lose the 15. So then you do 35. Oh, 9, paid. So what I'm gonna do is 10, 20, 25, need another $10, 35. And then you go ahead and set back up your slots. So right there is 15, 10, and now I'm up $20, and so on and so forth. And that's me waiting for the fourth one, which is kind of dangerous. It skews it more, a little bit more to the house, but to me, you can make $1,700 in the course of a couple of hours on this. Now, realize if you're coming with 300 and you can't follow that 300 with a big bet, wait till Fifth Street. Gonna take longer, but guess what? How long would you wait for 60 bucks an hour? 100 bucks an hour, $200 an hour. Yeah, I like to start thinking about investment. So right now, in the course of 20 minutes on a $300 bankroll, I make 20 bucks, which is just shy of 8% in 30 minutes an hour. I mean, 8% is pretty dang good, right? 20 bucks. Shoot, now I can play something else with these. You can use this as a money generator. So this is kind of understanding the DGE system part, I don't know, 1, or just like block 1. And we'll make another one that's gonna be kind of like this too. And now, check you next time. How's it going, guys? This is Charlie from Drunk Guy Explains, and we're doing another building your bankroll. So a lot of times, most of my videos and systems run pretty much on a $5,000 bankroll. Well, most people don't have $5,000 to just bank off at a casino. So how do I build these kind of bankrolls? Well, for me, it's pretty simple. I've shown one where I use the field martingale, which basically has a lot of waiting. Wait, then bet, wait, then bet. And guess what? When you're coming on a very small bankroll, you know, do you want to have a good time or you want to get paid? Or I want to have a good time while getting paid? And that's my biggest thing is that, you know, sometimes I can wait, but I know I'm getting paid on waiting, so I might as well have fun while doing it. Talk to your dealers, talk to your people around the table, do whatever you need to do. So this one right here, for this part, which is a really low bankroll, let's just do $300. And you know what? Let's go ahead and make it even more. I'm gonna take that out and do boom, 25. Oh, it's like it meant something. And just so y'all know, don't want anyone saying any line here. All right, cool. So that's all I need. I'm gonna put this other side. I might use that as payouts or something, who knows? But I have $300. How do I sit here and use a second system on 300 to produce me a little bit of money? And essentially this is even slower than the field bet. So this right here is the fire bet. Now the fire bet is going out in some casinos, and essentially this is what a fire bet is. Let's say for the casino game fire bet, everyone pays $1 or some stuff. Let's say you roll in the points of 4. Well, then you make a 4. Oh, that's 1 point on the fire bet. You make a 5, and then make the 5. Second fire bet. You roll a 6, make another 6, third. And essentially, still don't get paid on any of those. Now, let's say if you hit an 8 and make an 8. Well, that $1 fire bet will now pay you 25 to 1. You roll a 9 and then make the 9. Now you, on that $1, get paid $250. And let's say you roll a 10 and make a 10. You're getting paid $1,000 for that one. So they're getting rid of this, but I was like, well, how can I maximize this system in terms of the player's edge? Well, you already know that these are long shots, really long shots. Like theoretically, this should happen once every 6,000 rollers. So I was like, well, how can I do that? I was like, well, if I can keep track of the points, I should structure a don't pass odds to pay out 25 to 1 or 250 to 1 or 1,000 to 1. So essentially this is how this is going to go. For lack of a better word, we're going to kind of stack this up nice and neat. I'm not going to roll until I get this because it takes forever. But let's just say the point's off and I have $10 on the pass, $10 on the don't. And like I said, you run other systems or you're just waiting. Just watch it. You know, for me, I would be sitting here running a field system so I can stay on the table, but watch this bet. So let's just say someone rolls a 4 and makes it, okay? So everyone's going crazy, everyone's laughing, everyone's having a good time. Now let's say someone rolled a 5. Roll, 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 they make that too. Boom. Everyone's having a great time. Roll a 6, oh man, hot table, people are going crazy, action is everywhere. He makes the 6 again. Now they're really getting fired up. Now after 1, 2, 3, I've made that. You're gonna see me offset. Because I don't wanna get burned on someone rolling a 7 right now and losing my don't. So I'm just gonna kind of do here, yes, a 12 could potentially lose it, but that's 1 out of 36. So I'm getting a little bit better action versus a 7, 11 that'll kill my don't here. So let's say the next point's an 8. Well, I know I wanna get paid $25. What's the closest? Well, I know if I do 30 and get paid 80%, that's $24. That's pretty good. So I'm gonna put $30 on the don't. Let's say I do lose that, okay? That's gone. Let's just go ahead and get that back to the house. Made the 8. Next one, 9. All right, well, a 9, I know that the casino would generally pay $250 to 1 on a fire bet, so let's kind of be conservative here. Let's just say, well, I want to make 100 off this. I've already lost 30. So I'll make 100. So at a 9, let's just say, let's see, 125. Boom. A 150 bet. Or let's say because you don't have as much action, you can scale down. Like, hey, you've lost 30 bucks. 100 or 90 would pay 60. So let's just do 90. 80, 90. See that? And let's say you missed that out as well. And so now you're out the 90 and 30. And let's say the last point is a 10. And you just literally just load up and see how it goes. Now, generally speaking, this right here rarely happens. If you do, you're probably gonna get paid off this, but this happens once every 6,000 shooters. So realize you're truly playing to these two streets. And usually, generally speaking, if I was at a casino with a heavy bankroll, I would do 30 and come back with almost a 200 for this street. Now for y'all with a $300 bankroll, and that's me telling y'all what I do. For a $300 bankroll, this is what I would do. I would start here and actually martingale it. So you come here, point becomes an 8. I start out low, $10. $10. Okay? And say if I lose that, boom, that's gone. Points been made. Next one's a 9. I say, well, cool, I lost 10. So let's just put $30. That loses 20. You know, give me 20, makes up for that. Let's say I lose that too. Boom. And now at this point, I'm literally putting 10, 50 pays 25, go ahead and go 100. Why not? Pays 50, still making out like a bandit, or juice it up, 150. I like to, hey, you should make your max profit on your last bet, not your first bet. Hey, your last bet should be your best bet. That's a huge thing. Your last bet should be your best bet. And boom. So that's a little bit of, and that is long. When I say this doesn't happen rarely, it happens rarely. But once again, are you here to make money or here to waste your time? And that's the biggest thing. Sometimes waiting it out and finding the right condition and to make a bet will sit here and pay you off. For me, I've walked in with $100 and still gone out and tried to do something like this, and it works. Why? Be tighter. You walk in with $100, you know what I'm doing? If you walk in with $100, I would see you're gonna see 4th, 5th, on that 6th point, put $100. Just that simple. And then literally put 200 behind it for the next street. You can always, when in doubt, when conservative, push to the next street. And that's pretty much the second part of building a bankroll. Check you guys next time. How's it going, guys? It's Charlie from Drunk Guy Explains, and we're doing a third block, hopefully our final block of building a bankroll. So most of my videos will start with a 5,000 bankroll. How do I build that bankroll? So for all 3 videos, which I did one for the Bet Martingale, which hopefully you guys watch. It's in a little box right here somewhere. That was the first one. It's the slowest one out of all of these, okay? And then we're going to do a kind of faster one, which is also the Bet Martingale. I know, Martingale. And I showed a video, and I'll hopefully put it in a box like right there. And so that is a little bit faster paced. Well, in between the very, very slow Bet and the very, say, intensive watching numbers of the bet, here is the third and final little building your bankroll. Is that essentially, and this is going to be using a perfect example, picture these chips as essentially 4s or, not and, or a 10 after the 7 and between another 7. So essentially you roll 1 4, 2 4s, 3 4s, and then when you roll that 4th 4, and this probably will happen once every 30 minutes, maybe even once an hour, then essentially you lay 50 on the 5th 4, and then 150 on the 6th 4. That's it. So that's pretty much all that is. So without further ado, that is, and you do the same thing for a 10. And I wish I could explain more, but that really is it. Now the next part of this, I'm going to actually be utilizing all of these systems together on a $300 bankroll and show you what kind of the action looks like. It's going to be kind of slow, it's going to be kind of steady, but essentially I have a $300 bankroll, 100, 200, let's get this all 20, 75, 85, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, Boom. So it's $300. And I'm just gonna run through this and see how it goes. And make sure to like and subscribe because it's shameless promotion if you can't see. I don't actually have the music playing in the background, right? Because we're serious now, and you see what that is? That's actually gonna be my little mini bank, just so I don't have to keep reaching around, because this is gonna be a very grindy kind of game. Like I said, keep it all separate, keep it Christian, but $300. For this, I'm actually not doing anything here. I'm not. Usually I would for bigger videos, but we're building a bankroll, not sitting here making a video, you know? So I'm gonna go ahead and get my abacus going, which is 5, 5, and 5. 1 for the 4, 1 for the 10, 1 for the field, and you'd be doing this inside your chip rack. So I'm gonna treat this as everyone else shooting and you not shooting. Remember, we're here to build a bankroll. $300, then let's go ahead. Without further ado, let's get it going. It's gonna be fast and steady, okay? 3, I don't have to do anything there. 8, points and 8. Yo 11, reset. 6, back to here. 10, 110, reset. 9, 7. Ooh, 6. 9, reset. 5, 3, 4, 3, 6. Point. 3, 6, 7, reset here. 12, doesn't matter to us, but reset this to the 1. 8, 5, 11, 6, 7, 5. Oh, can we get one more? 7. So that was 4. I'm starting on the 4th. You know, in other videos, you see me start on 5th. If you are super tight, do not do all 3s together, okay? Do 300 on the field on the 5th street, and then build that up to 600. Then maybe do the lay bet once you, and then do 600 and get 900. By the time you have 900, do all 3, which is the field, the fire, and the lay 410. Build up bankroll, okay? 10. And paid. And this happens, believe it or not, rare, you know, it's eerily, that happens a lot for a double up like that. Crazy, I know, but it happens. 6. 8. 5. 10. The 10 goes here. 11. 9. Jeez. 3. 11. 6. Point. 7. Reset. 2. 12. Reset all. Reset all. 9. 9 point. Juice, nothing. 7. 9. 10. 6. 6. 6. Give me one more. 8. $10. 4. 8. 6. 6. Just get one more. 8. $10. $10. 5. Ooh, lost 10. So let's bump it up to 25. And once again, if you're super tight, you should be doing 10, lose 10, 15, stutter plus 5 on the first street. And then from 15, do 35, then 75, then 155, and so on and so forth. You know, I just juiced you right there, but I might play tighter. If I lose this one, I play tighter even more and just do 55. See what I'm saying? 4. But you know what happens? You just get paid. All right, second 4. 7. Here. Reset both. Come back off both. And let's ride. 6. Point. 8. Third. Can we get a fourth one going, guys? Let's go. 4. Nothing. First 4. Like I said, you see this is a lot of just sitting. Point. A lot of waiting. Waiting for the right time. Waiting for the right system. 7. Second 7. Reset. 8. Third. Let's get another one going. Damn it. 10. Reset. 6. You see how you get real? Now you're like, all right, you get excited a little bit for everything. 4. Reset. 1, 4. So you get a little bit of something. Oh, take a 4. Let's go. Let's get another 4 going, you know? 5. 3. Reset. 10. 2 10s. 2 10s and 2 4s. Look at that. 9. Boom. 9. Boom. 8. Point. Second point, too. 8. 8 again. Second 8. Boom. 9. Reset. 7. Here. Reset. Come back. Slow and grindy, guys. Slow and grindy. 7. 9. Reset. 10. First 10. 5. Oh, reset. I didn't need it. Oh, yeah, 5. And now 6. 7. Here. Wipe. Next roll. 9. Ugh. 3. Nothing. 9. 4. First 4. 6. 9. Point. 9. 6. Ooh, 7. Reset. Come back. Doesn't matter. We're here though. Nothing. 4. First 4. Nothing for deuce. Nothing for tray. Nothing for, ooh, 5. That's something. 8. Hell yeah, heck yeah. 4. Reset. Second 4 though. Point made. 8. First 6. There you go. 8. Point. Second point made. Hey, hey. 8. Fourth 8. Cool. 10 right here on the field. 10. First 10. Reset. Get paid. 7 now. Boop. 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 And like I said, guys, and that's 7. Let's just see if anything happens here. 2 7s. In case we can do it one more time. 7. 3 7s. 9. Okay, no. So, you look at this, and let's just look at very small. Like I said, guys, this is a very conservative. I'm not talking about making money. I'm talking about building a bankroll where you can really make money. So let's see how we did there. Starting out with $300, we did a couple points. That's pretty much an hour. An hour gameplay on the product. We never even did the fire bet. That's how rare this is. This was probably an hour casino time. So what do we make on $300 with being as slow and conservative as possible, doing what we do? And this, it's going to surprise you. We actually made more than 10%. 30, made 40 bucks. Build your bankroll, make your last bet your best bet. Get paid off, guys. Simpler than that, you know, like 40 bucks. more than 10%. You want 10% on investment? You can't get that from a bank now, son. You guys sit here, woo! Like, this gets me fired up, you know? So this was the final one. This is bringing all three building your bankroll craps together. So guys, let's start from Drunk Guy Explains, and check you next time.